Bitcoin, the beast, the undisputed king of crypto, is shattered the $100,000 mark, and now it's taking a breather. But is the run over? Or is Bitcoin just catching its breath before launching to the next level? Today, we're unlocking the bag on the current state of cryptocurrency and why we might be on the verge of something even bigger. If you've been around the block in crypto, you already know this script. Bitcoin leads the charge, altcoins follow. But before we get to the alts, let's talk about what Bitcoin has already accomplished. Cracking six figures was no small feat. We saw record-breaking institutional inflows, major players like BlackRock and Fidelity getting in the game, and nation-states solidifying Bitcoin's role in the global financial system. This ain't just a trend anymore. Bitcoin is here to stay. And yet, despite the correction we're seeing right now, there's reason to believe the best is yet to come. Bitcoin has seen pullbacks before, and every time has come back stronger. Let's look at what's really going on. The reason we're still bullish: liquidity, halving cycles, and institutional demand. Bitcoin's halving effect. History tells us that after every Bitcoin halving, supply shock kicks in and the price follows. The last three halvings have all led to major bull runs. The last halving happened in 2024, and now the supply crunch is bigger than ever, with ETFs eating up BTC supply daily. 2. Institutional adoption. Banks, hedge funds, even governments are starting to hold Bitcoin. With limited supply and growing demand, prices are only going in one direction in the long run. Altcoin season hasn't even started yet, and this is where things get spicy. Bitcoin has been leading the charge, but the altcoin party is just getting warmed up. Now, if you've never been through a full crypto cycle before, let me take you down memory lane. Bitcoin always moves first. It sets the pace, attracts media attention, and pulls in fresh capital. But once Bitcoin solidifies its gains, the market shifts to altcoins, and that's when we see the most insane percentage returns. Let's break it down by cycle. 2013 bull run, Bitcoin made a 10,000% move, but Litecoin, it ran up over 20,000% in the same time frame. 2017 bull run, Bitcoin hit $20,000, a massive 2,000% increase, but Ethereum, it went from $8 to $1,400, a 170,000% gain. 2021 bull run, Bitcoin hit new highs, but Solana, Cardano, and even meme coins like Doge left Bitcoin's returns in the dust. So what does this mean? Altcoin season is coming. The same way gold leads the charge in traditional markets and silver explodes afterward, Bitcoin is leading, and the alts are gearing up for their moment. If you're wondering if this same pattern happens outside of crypto, let's talk about gold and silver. Whenever gold goes on a bull run, silver follows, but with much bigger percentage moves. It's the same story over and over again. In the 1970s, gold made a massive move, but silver, it went 5 times higher on a percentage basis. In the 2008 financial crisis, gold skyrocketed, but silver, it tripled gold's returns. And now, gold is moving again. What do you think silver's about to do? This is exactly how the crypto market works. Bitcoin paves the way, but the real fireworks, that's when the altcoins take off. And this is where things get real. The final leg of a bull market is always the most explosive. This is when people who have never even heard of crypto before suddenly start asking you how to buy Bitcoin. This is when celebrities start shilling meme coins. This is when the fear of missing out drives insane returns. Right before the music stops, let's be real, most people FOMO in at the worst possible time. That's why smart investors take profits along the way. If you've been in the game long enough, you've learned this lesson the hard way. If you haven't, take notes. When the altcoins start making their parabolic moves, when your portfolio suddenly has an extra zero on it, when it feels like nothing can ever go wrong, that's your cue. Be smart. Take some profits. Every bull market ends with euphoria, and every crash wipes out those who ignored the warning signs. We're not here to time the exact top. We're here to move smart, stack gains, and keep the bag secured. And all right, just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier in the crypto space, let's talk about the bombshell that just dropped. On March 6, 2025, President Donald Trump signed an executive order establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve and a U.S. digital asset stockpile. Yes, you heard that right. The U.S. government is now officially stacking Bitcoin. So, what's the game plan? 1. The reserve will be built from Bitcoin seized through criminal and civil asset forfeitures. Because, if the government's taking it, might as well hold it. Uncle Sam is now sitting on an estimated 200,000 Bitcoin, about $17 billion worth at today's prices. And the biggest kicker, they won't be selling it. Instead, they're treating it as a store of value, which, in case you missed the memo, is exactly what Bitcoin was designed to be. Every federal agency has been ordered to cough up any digital assets they're holding and transfer them into the reserve. So what does this mean for the market? At first, Bitcoin actually dropped 6% on the news, probably because there were no immediate government buy orders sending the price action sky high. But let's think long term. The fact that the US is officially recognizing Bitcoin as a strategic asset means that we're in a whole new era. And this is just the beginning. There's already talk of Senator Cynthia Lummis pushing a proposal for the government to acquire up to 1 million Bitcoin over the next 5 years. A crypto summit at the White House is on deck, and regulators are scrambling to figure out how this all fits into the financial system. Now, what's Bitcoin really sniffing out here? Is this government pivot a sign of monetary policy weakness? Are they preparing for a future where the US dollar continues to lose purchasing power? We'll see. But one thing is clear. When governments start stacking Bitcoin, it's not because they believe in memes, they see what's coming. Now that we got all that out the way, there are plenty of price predictions floating around, with Bitcoin potentially landing anywhere between $200,000 to $225,000. These projections aren't just pulled out of thin air, they're based on historical cycles, favorable regulatory moves under the current administration, the launch of US spot Bitcoin ETFs, and some serious institutional and corporate adoption. And if I'm reading the fundamentals and technicals, right? Yeah, I'm definitely in the camp that says Bitcoin still ain't done. No way. With all the data we've got fueling this rocket, I don't see why Bitcoin can't smash past $175,000 in 2025. If this bull market plays out like I think it will, that kind of price action is well within reach. And hey, quick disclaimer, this ain't investment advice. But if y'all want me to pull out the charts and break it all down for the Unlocking the Bag fam, just say the word. Bottom line, the crypto bull market is heating up. The final leg of this cycle could be the most explosive yet. Bitcoin's doing its thing, the altcoin party is coming, and now the US government is officially in the game. So be smart, take profits, and stay ahead of the curve. If history has taught us anything, it's that the biggest moves come when the majority is still asleep. But not you. You're unlocking the bag. Tap in.